Hey team, I know it's a little windy out here right now, but I felt it was important to take a few moments and talk about why so many people are unhappy with their career. Why in their profession, something that they had a desire to do on the front end, are they not finding that it is fulfilling? Maybe you're stagnant in your job. Maybe you're not getting promoted. Maybe you're not getting raises. Maybe you're not getting what you felt that you deserved. As I look across the landscape of all of the formations that I've been a part of, I think this is something that is common with so many people. Not only is it common, but it's something that if we peel back and begin to look into and try to find some root causes, I think that there is one that we need to discuss. I believe that everybody starts off in their profession with a deep and earnest desire to absolutely crush it. Nobody wants to fail in their profession. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, hey, you know what? I think that today I'm gonna be late. I think that tonight, I'm gonna get a DUI. I think this weekend I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna party with the boys and I'm gonna get drunk. And I'm gonna sleep with somebody else who's not my wife. I don't think that people wake up and say, what can I do to actively destroy the team that I'm a part of? And this is an important thing for me to remember in the back of my head and to have at the forefront of how I approach folks when they're going through a challenging time. I don't think people want to fail. However, as I look across how so many of us treat our profession, it's apparent that we're not doing the things that we need to do. And when I say that, what I challenge you to do is the same thing that I challenge myself at. And is what you're doing right now meaningful? Is it bringing value to your life? The only thing that brings value to Riggs is some stick. Riggs, what are you doing? Where's your stick? You're being a turd. Go find a stick. Here's a stick. Because what I mean by that is look at what you're doing right now. Is what you're doing right now meaningful? Is it bringing value to your life? Is it making you better than you were when you woke up this morning? If the answer is no, then your profession is always going to remain stagnant. You're never going to get to where you thought you wanted to get to when you started. So I challenge myself. What can I do today that is going to be meaningful? Maybe it's an interaction with somebody. Just having a conversation, a counseling. Talking story about life. Getting to know those who are in my charge a little bit better. Maybe there's a problem that I can solve. Maybe there's a person that I can facilitate some instruction or guidance or support for. Maybe it's a word of encouragement. But I have to do this each and every single day. And not just once a day, it has to become a lifestyle. This is one of the most important rules that we have to apply to our life. Do what is meaningful. Do what impacts others. Quit worrying about trying to elevate yourself and worry more about elevating those around you. Team, I believe if we can do this, that as individuals and as a collective team, we can begin to truly chase after and attain the goals that we set out to do. It's not easy because there's so many external stimulus that's hitting us. It's attracting us. There's squirrels everywhere. And so we get caught in a rut of complaining. We get caught in a rut of just barely getting by. So let's run through some stuff on the day. Maybe it's Monday morning and you're getting ready for a formation. Maybe it's your first work call with the office that you work at. Do you show up on time or are you a little bit early? Did you think about on the front end what you had to get done on that day? Or are you just winging it? Are you just waiting for somebody else to give you purpose, direction, and motivation? Do you speak words of encouragement? And do you mean them? As you're getting after your stuff and you see something that needs to get done, are you doing it? Of course, in the military, we know that Mondays is motor maintenance. So we go in and we do all of our maintenance for all of our pieces of rolling stock. Are you pencil whipping everything that you're doing? Or is it honest? If you're just pencil whipping it, team, that is a surefire way to tell you that you're doing something that is not meaningful. If you feel like you're getting pulled in too many different directions, then you just need to ask, where does somebody need or want to accept risk on? But don't assume that if you're not a decision maker. And if you are a decision maker, man, you need to manage your time and those time for all who are in your charge a little bit better. As you get on and maybe you're conducting a class or maybe you have a task that you need to do, are you really engaged in it? Or are you just doing it to make the widgets? Are you just trying to please the taskmaster, as it were? You crazy boy. Team, just a few thoughts I'm thinking here. Because I know that if we did a poll and we asked about the morale of our organization, odds are, if we're getting honest feedback, it's not all that great. And while there is responsibility for those that we work for, our morale begins with us. He just wants some stick, man. How do you do and bring meaning to what you have in your task on a daily basis? Team, we need to be driven more by the values that we believe in and that we tell others that we believe in, more than anything else. And I know that I can testify that for those who are in my charge, who are passionate about what they do, and they are trying to bring value to the team, they bring value to me in my life. Brings me joy. And so I try to reciprocate it. But we have to get things that are right within before we start casting stones and laying blame on everybody else for why something is not as it probably should be. Team, I appreciate all you guys, man. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.